Thank you. If you have your Bibles, turn to Ephesians 2. Quite a statement by Paul. Don't be like them. Wow. I mean, it's really easy to blend in, to allow ourselves to conform, to allow ourselves to look so much like the world around us. And yet that culminating statement there, or that beginning statement of these passages that Doug just read to us, don't be like them. Don't be like the world. Now, it's going to mean something a little different everywhere you live. I mean, you can probably find any number of people you can go, I don't want to be like that person. I don't want to act like that person. I don't want people to ever mistake me for that person. I mean, that would be horrible. But think about the world that the Ephesians were in. They were in a city that was built on idolatry, idols on every corner probably. There is a pagan presence there that permeates. It defines their culture. It's who they are. It shapes their business. It shapes their entertainment. It shapes their relationships. It shapes contracts. There are guilds or kind of like unions for the different businesses, the different professions, and you each had, so if you're a teacher, you're in the teacher's guild, or a doctor in the doctor's guild. If you're a farmer, you might be in the farmer's guild, or masons, you'd be in the masonry guild, or whatever. The city government probably had its own guild, and they all had their own gods, they all had their own ceremonies, they all had their own practices, and they were pagan, they were idols. And so many of them would have actual worship type gatherings and meals and celebrations that were filled with, here's a word, debauchery. That word just rolls off the lips as something bad, doesn't it? It's just, it was filled with immoral things. A lot of them had temples, and those temples had temple prostitutes, both men and women. It was as if everything depended on belonging to them. So when Paul says, don't be like them, he's saying a lot. He's saying that there is a lot to not do, to not be. And yet he says it to every culture. He says it to every culture, to the Romans, in the book of Romans, to the Roman Christians, or to the Christians in Rome. He says, don't conform. Don't be like the world. He says to the Corinthians in the second letter to the Corinthians, you're a new creation. You've been changed. If he were writing to us today, what would he say? He would say, don't be like them. He would say, don't be like the world. Don't be caught in that trap that has you just like them, acting like them, valuing like them. Not recognizing sin when it's sin. Not recognizing danger when it's danger. Not recognizing spiritual threat when there's a spiritual threat. You need to recognize what's going on around you. And Satan is awfully good at what he does. And sometimes he disguises. Sometimes he hides. Sometimes he is very subtle. His name in part means the great deceiver. He's the liar. And so he tricks us. He tricks us into feeling good about ourselves when we shouldn't. He tricks us into not only finding pleasure where we shouldn't find pleasure, but somehow valuing it as if it is acceptable. He has manipulated man's thinking so much in this world, this culture, that we've begun to attach Christian labels to evil things. And God says, if Paul or whoever God chooses to write the American church a letter, you know what he would say? Don't be like them.